Yay! Mind Game is the most insane, like, I don't even know what to say. I have no words for how insane Mind Game is. Okay, the only thing I can do is show you. So just here it is. Here's Mind Game.
俺とこそ結婚してや
And that's not even it. I mean, there was even more crazy stuff that I didn't even show you yet. But we're getting there. We are getting there. Okay, so the opening sequence in this film was the most confusing thing I've ever seen in my life when I first watched it. It was cool, but I had no idea what was going on. But the thing is they make it make sense. By the end of the movie, everything makes sense. It's one of those movies where you're literally in a mind game yourself. You have to figure everything out. What is it trying to tell you? What is it even going on? But it actually somehow makes sense, even though the things going on screen and the things that are happening aren't sensical. It still makes sense. And I don't think I don't know if that even makes sense, what I'm even saying, but like it does once you watch it, you know. So it's great. It's great. You've heard me say the title a million times. Mind Game, Mind Game, Mind Game. Okay, you get it. The first thing that you like really pay attention to when you open up the movie, when you hit click, is that like the animation is like nothing like you've ever seen in your life. Okay, especially as you continue to progress. All right, sometimes it decides to be like normal, like 2D animation, and then other times it decides to just slap like real, like human faces on the screen, and you're like, what is going on? And this might turn some people away, but I want to tell you that this, as someone who loves just weird animation, doesn't matter how bad it is. I love weird animation. I love the ping pong animation. All right, if you haven't seen that show, give it a watch. It's peak. All right, this anime holds a same essence to it. You know, where it's just the most strange animation you've seen, and it makes it better. All right, it just enhances the experience. At least to me, it does. It makes things more comedic. It can make things more artistic, serious. I don't know. It can just convey a lot more emotions that you can't normally get with just, you know, the basic animation. So that's the first thing you're gonna take away from it. The second thing is just how the plot. The story. The most insane story you've ever seen in your life. All right, a guy literally picks up a gun with his ass cheeks, disarms a guy with his cheeks, bro. All right, that's the scene. That is literally a scene. I want to give you the context of that, but he literally does that. What? I don't really want to give anything away. I just want you to go watch the movie, and I'm trying to give you as many reasons as possible to watch the movie, and if it isn't your thing, then alright, too bad. But it's the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life, and that's why I think you should watch it, alright? Because there's nothing like it. Genuinely. I mean, and everybody who's seen it can agree, okay? I mean, just look at this man, alright? Alright, this tells you enough already about how insane this movie is. Mind Game tears you apart, alright? This guy is the start of it. When you get introduced to this character, it all just falls apart, and you'll know why. So please give it a watch, alright? It's filled with, like, thrilling moments, insane characters. Characters that, honestly, are kind of fleshed out. After a time, I've thought about it, and they're actually not as laid off as you think they are. And while they have simple stories with each other, it still feels kind of real, even though everything else about it feels very abstract. But the characters themselves are grounded, and I think that's what makes it really special. So this last segment is speaking on what the film meant to me. Mind Game. It's really about wanting to change, but not really knowing how to change, and do I have enough time to change? because our main character, he kind of repeats the same cycle of himself. He feels like he is always going to be the same person, and he never is able to make that one big move that could actually get him something that he wants. And I think that really just resonated with me as somebody who might not take the steps needed to finally make a big choice that I've wanted to make, and I think this movie has helped me be able to make bigger decisions for myself that can be hard but beneficial to me. So that's what this movie is really about, to me. So if you want something that really does have some emotional depth to it, more than I thought it would have, with our main character who feels stuck and can't change, and at least it's how it felt to me. And it is kind of a simple arc. Characters have went through very similar arcs in many different stories, but doesn't mean that you can't use it. It's still used in a very original way here, especially with the animation here. The use of it is so beautiful, and there's relationships here that I genuinely really like in this film, and it works really well, especially by the second half of the movie. I really think there's bonds between these characters, and if you can't like anything else about it, I feel like you can like these characters. If you think the animation is horrible, you'll definitely like the music. If you don't like the characters, you'll definitely like the music. The music is what brings it home, honestly. So if you can't take anything else, the music. Okay? There we go. Thank you. Love you guys. But also, it's kind of like a really stupid movie, so I can't lie about that.